May I introduce to you my new wife, Colette?
The wild days are done, eh?
On the contrary, the wild days have just begun.
So are you familiar with the name Colette? You will be after you see this film. She was one of the great French writers and certainly one of the most influential female writers of all time, particularly of her generation when female writers were few and far between and never really given the credit for their work. And that is really the crux of the portion of her life that this new movie, Colette, takes up on. We see the young woman here who is smitten by an older man, a man of letters. His name was Henri Gautier Villars, also known as Willie. That's the name he went by. He was a very smart guy, ahead of his time, always looking for marketing angles, branding angles, ways to put his name on things. The thing is, one day he stumbles onto the idea that his new wife, Colette, could actually write, and that's something he couldn't do, and she creates stories that come from her own mind, her own heart, and particularly a character she creates named Claudine, a teenage girl experiencing all the fruits of life for the first time. Well, these books become a sensation, and they are all put out under his name, though, Willie. This has some similarities to the recent Glenn Close film, The Wife, where she was really the brains behind the man who was taking all the credit for this work. Well, that's sort of what happened in real life in this story of Colette, but she takes matters into her own hand, takes on affairs with other women, particularly one named Missy, who is a woman who dresses as a man. This presages all of the transgender movement and everything. This movie and this woman was way ahead of her time. The complications in her relationship, in her marriage, in her business life, personal life, professional life, are all played out here in this sumptuous, gorgeous looking movie set in the late 1800s and early 1900s in Paris, France. This has been beautifully shot. The production design is superb. The music score is great. It really transports you to a different place and time and to this fascinating story that is really a feminist story, way ahead of its time too. Keira Knightley is excellent as Colette. She is perfect casting here, and she nails this role in every way, as does Dominic West, her opposite here as Willie. This is an interesting kind of couple here, and we watch them in unconventional situations here in Colette. Wash Westmoreland co-wrote this script with his late partner Richard Glatzer, who started it with him 16 years ago but didn't live to see the final product here. He would have been very proud of this. Another writer was brought in as well to give a woman's point of view, Rebecca Lenkowitz, and she's done a very fine job, as has Westmoreland, in directing this movie that's one of the best looking movies of the year. It is just stunning. If you're an adult looking for some smart entertainment, and if you just want to be captivated and taken back to a different place and time and a great story, you can't do better than Colette. I say, go.